Look at all the native bees. These are the stingless, the black and white ones. Yeah, those are native. That's a honeybee right there, though. But they're all on the flowers on the Yopon holly. What else is blooming in here? Oh, looks like we got a mulberry. Not mulberry, blackberry. Blackberry ready to eat. There's one there. Big old plump. Look how big these are. Huge. There's one there. Yeah, they're starting to get ripe. Oh, this flowered. I just don't know if they were pollinated. It's hard to see the fruit on this pluot. When they're green, I have to wait. I have to really search and look and see if I got any fruit this year. See what else we got. Well, that's the golden dorset. I know it flowered. So I should, oh yeah, there's some apples. A couple apples there. I'm sure there's a lot more. It's hard to see right now. Meyer lemons. Don't see any pomegranates yet. Maybe next year. It's still young. Valencia orange will be ready next month for juicing. Calamansi. Hasn't flowered yet. It should be big enough and in the ground enough to start fruiting. I'm gonna have to give it some chicken manure. See if I can get it to flower. There's my honey mesquite that I planted. Starting to grow. Rangoon creeper getting all its blooms. The tall plum is flowering. Let's see if we can get some fruit on here. Looks like I need some more water though. Let's see what else we got. Well, I was gonna take this out earlier this year. Let's give it one more try because it looks fantastic for this Taiwanese white guava that's flowering. Problem is, guavas that are forming now won't be ready till July. So will they burn up before they're edible? Whereas my pink guava, she gives me guavas right now while the weather's still cool. That one's almost ready. There's one down there almost ready. This one is going to be ready soon. These little ones are ready. Yeah, that one fell off, so that means it's ready. When she drops them, they're ready. Man, this guava, it's the best it's ever looked. We'll give it another try. Who knows, maybe she'll be enough, have enough shade this summer in the future to give us some edible fruit. Is there another one ready? Give another day for that one. Lots of guavas though. Lots of green hanging fruit. So we're gonna have a lot. There's a lot back there. We're gonna be eating guavas for days. No, that's the Suriname cherries. There's a cherry right there. I gotta wait for that one to turn purple though before it's ready. These are such a unique cherry. Unique flavor, but I like them. Yeah, the mango is neglected, but it does have some new growth. I'm gonna have to give it some fertilizer, really pump up the growth a little bit more. It's being engulfed by all this Turk's cap hibiscus. That's okay. Mangoes like to be in the jungle. This tree, man, it's insane how much it grows. I had it trimmed up last year. It just wants to take over. So what was it like to be in a food forest? You go in the center, it feels like 15 degrees cooler in here. Got the pomegranate hedge. All the leaf drop. What does that become? It becomes potting soil. Nothing but worm castings. Look at this. Got worms jumping, pill bugs, and it just becomes this beautiful soil. That soil's about a foot deep. As I keep all the leaves and wood chips a foot deep and just keep it moist, and it becomes like a forest floor. Yeah, I see some cherries in there. But man, it just feels so nice in here. Blackberry vines. There's some blackberries. Oh, I see a whole bunch of blackberries over there. There's probably 5 ready to eat. So I'm gonna have to go over there and pick them. You just really gotta search. When you're in a food forest, you really gotta look. Let's go in the backyard. You're looking at a very neglected backyard right now because I've been working too much, but I think I got some time off this week. I can start cleaning up, mowing the lawn. These are my seedling mangoes I want to eventually plant out. I think I'm going to need to up pot these. Put them in with the forest so they get less concrete, more filtered light. Yeah, it's pretty much the end of my kale morning glories. My first time growing the morning glories, and I love them. So it's morning, so it's flowering. Such pretty flowers. Another mesquite, moringa, almost 6 feet tall. Mustard, some cilantro. These are all those beans I planted from the bean bag in the grocery store. The morning glory wants to take over the apricot tree. It's like, let go. Stay on the fence. I know you guys are climbers. Look at that castor bean. Castor bean is going to be my replacement tree for shading that starfruit tree. Dragon fruit. This is all the spelt I planted. It is starting to get the tassels for the grain. First time I've grown spelt. Just wanted to have a small area just to sample, so it did really well. Maybe next winter I'll plant it out in my big area over there where all I have is tree spinach. Asparagus, ferns. We're going to have a ton of long gun in September. Lots of flowers this year. We had nothing last year, so we're going to have a bumper crop this year. Need to cut back the castor bean again. I just cut all these back to nothing, and they just grow back so fast. I'm shading out my plum tree. All the larkspur blooming. This is my peach tree I planted. We got cherry tomatoes, some broccoli sprouts, pink lemons, got lots of new growth. We got tons of tangerines. This is for next January. It's loaded with tangerines. It's my favorite out of the yard. This is the navel. Got lots of new growth. Hopefully next year we'll get some flowers so that we can actually get some oranges on it. Looks like our Violet de Bordeaux is doing well. Of course, the Mexican lime is always insane. 12 feet tall now. Just can't keep it cut short. Try to, because I want to keep it more of a bush. Because it's thorny. Yeah, I need to get some of that old sugar cane out of there and juice it. Make some, I want to make some syrup out of it. There's the pond with the Barbados cherries. A lot of Barbados cherries. I see a hummingbird over there. And the papaya, red lady papaya. It doesn't feel like you're in Arizona when you're in my backyard. Bamboo, roses are blooming, canna, some hollyhocks. We'll go over there. Oh, look at the bamboo, man. It's already growing over to the house. You got 10 feet of patio that it's trying to shade. And that's the sea breeze. This is old hamai. I potted up all those canna bulbs and they're already taken off. Need to backwash the filters. There's always something to do. Now here's my, I turned off the water yesterday so I can make sure the grass was dry so I can cut that. I take all those cuttings and feed it to the chickens. Got the last of my mustard that I was letting seed, but the seeds are opening up, so I gotta harvest what I can. I'm gonna do that today. Get what seeds I can left because a lot of them already opened up. And these are all potatoes. Uh-oh. Need to be covered. I need to put some wood chips over that. You don't want to get the green ones with all the solanine in them, so I gotta make sure they're buried. So I'll add some more wood chips. Get those red potatoes covered. Yeah. Got some flowers on the jujube. Roses. Lots of pretty roses. Of course, behind all this is the white grape, purple grapes, manuka, red flame. Ah, man, it smells so good right here with all these neem flowers. Some neem trees blooming. This is like a jungle right now. I mean, the loofah gourds are vining across the walkway, all the leaf drop. So much cleanup to do right now. Those are all Peoria beans, the native beans. But they're not going to give me any beans right now because they've got too much water. There's some cilantro. And here's my chili tapine that was planted by the birds over here when I had it on the other side of my yard. Still getting some kumquats. Kumquats got some new growth. It's being shaded right now by the curry. Oh my gosh. These loofah gourds are just taking over, man. That's what loofah does though, they just take over. Yep, we got some sponges. So I haven't had any loofah gourds, new ones, for a couple years. This pear tree is just barely leafing out. I had to take all the vines off it, and now they want to grow back. It's climbing rose bush I just planted there. Of course, we got this one that I planted last year. What do you want? This is what I done recently. I blocked off another area. It's in the chicken run for my banana. I got Grand Nain, and those two big ones are Cavendish. The Grand Nain's in the back. But I had to put up a netting so the chickens won't fly over and tear them up. But there's a lot of Pakistani mulberries on the ground. I got all these Pakistani mulberries. Ay, ay, ay. Lots of Pakistani mulberries. I'm gonna be picking mulberries today. Here's the coral vine, flowers, pear trees, my Waddell pear with all the blooms on it. Chicken got out this morning, my little runt, the only one that gets out. So he was tearing up the side here, covering my sidewalk. This bed is pretty much done. I've got to save the seeds today on the bok choy. What's left, I just have to have it reseed for them next year. Feed the red romaine bolting to the chickens. Lots of carrots and beets. These are the white beets down here, and then they got the red beets. Sweet peas. Of course, this is all the Aquinum purple sweet potatoes. These are my Mexican elderberries right here. As soon as those are already starting to turn purple, I'm going to start collecting them and freezing them. Yep, lots of mulberries. Trees loaded with mulberries. Chickens are probably getting sick of them already. Jujube getting nice and tall, flowering. So we're gonna have jujubes. Gonna have a lot of pomegranates again. So this avocado from seed is doing extremely nice. I'm gonna have to probably stake it up now though. Even though it doesn't get any wind hardly, because it gets a lot of blockage from all the bamboo in the house, it's not going to blow over. Interesting. Of course, here's the Monstera with a piece of fruit for October. Can't wait for that. Dwarf Namwa from Southeast Asia. Another seedling avocado over there. There's another one back there. Yeah, it's a mess. I got some cleanup to do. Just need to take some time off. Been working too much. But I love it back here. So what else do we got? Off to the right. I said it's flowering, so hopefully this year we can have a large set of fruit with the strawberry Cattleya guava. So here's all the flowers. This thing is very healthy, but I gave it some chicken manure this winter, so hopefully it'll, and plus I've been watering it more, so hopefully it'll set a lot of fruit. These are all the mangoes. These will be ready in July. Got to make sure this is kept well watered, so make sure I get lots of mangoes. Jaboticaba, Brazilian grape tree. It's doing great. Hopefully soon we'll see some flowers on these trunks for those unique grapes. This is the lemon Cattleya guava. Very small still. I just put it in the ground last year, but it gave me fruit last year, so we'll get more fruit now because we got flowers. Takes 4 to 5 months for those guavas to get ripe though. Of course, this is all longevity spinach. It grows like a weed here year round. A lot to maintain, but it's such a joy to be out here. It's my passion, so the more time I get, better it'll look as I keep the maintenance up. I just need some help. I got help coming soon. Yeah. Have a good day, guys.